Hello and welcome to my ongoing series of how to use Fantasy Grounds 2 to play Savage Worlds Online. Mask of Winter asked about the Savage Worlds power add-in and how it affects the rule set. So let's get started. Velocinox released the powers upgrade extension and he posted it on the Fantasy Grounds website. I'll make sure the URL is included in the comments for this video. And basically all you need to do is just add it to the Savage Worlds rule set. So you would just download sw_powers.ext, move to your Fantasy Grounds 2 data folder, open up your extensions tab and just copy it in. I'll first start up the rule set without the extension loaded to show the normal functionality, so I'll just load up a demo campaign. So the rule set's loaded, so if I go to the PCs tab I'll pick one of the characters. You can see they're all blank, but anyway, if I go to the powers tab, your standard powers there, you'll create an item, call it, I don't know, Bolt for example. It does 2d6 damage. I know the range isn't that, but it'll do for now. So on the skills, obviously if I want to cast this power I would have to create a skill, spell casting we'll call it for example. Give myself a d8. And then in the game, when someone wants to do the spell casting, make sure my wild dice are enabled. Someone wants to spell cast, they'll either have to come to their character sheet, do a spell casting roll. Oh, that did rather well. And then we'll add the extra damage dice and roll for damage. So obviously also I can drag the shortcut down, so then I don't have to go to the character sheet every time. I can just do the casting. And likewise I can drag the bolt damage down, so then I can just roll the bolt damage. And obviously if I get the extra damage, just roll it again. I should mention at this point that this rule set has had the unofficial patches that are on the Fantasy Grounds website that fix the powers damage and the vehicle damage. I've manually added them into the proper rule set. So what we'll do now is we'll go back out and we'll load the campaign up again, and this time I'll enable the Savage Worlds powers version 1. There may be a newer version, I forgot to check before I started this video, so making sure that's loaded, we'll start up the Fantasy Grounds again. So this time when we go to the character sheet, pick Mr. Bob again, then go to the powers tab, you can see Bolt has got this extra icon to the left of it. This works along the same functionality that weaponry does. Like you can have melee, ranged and throwing. On the powers, you and your right mouse button, you can set for psionics, miracles, magic, weird science or superpowers. So obviously Bolt's a superpower. Now what this does allow you to do is just double click. If I delete the spell casting skill and now double click, it will actually treat it as unskilled. So the only limitation of this extension, which is very nice, my players seem to like it quite a lot, is your skill must match exactly what it expects. So if we pick Psionics for example and roll, as you can see there, that's a very good roll for an unskilled. It expects a skill called Psionics. If it doesn't find one, it'll do an unskilled roll. So what you have to do is you have to make sure you put it in there. This does mean that some of the functionality, or not functionality, some of the trappings or characteristics might be lost. For example, in my Hellfrost campaign we have a song mage, so instead of being able to do perform or song magic, he just has to do spell casting. But this is the only limitation. So now you see, now as I roll it, you can see it's rolling the correct dice for the psionic skill. So likewise, if I want to change it to be weird science, I'd need to create a weird science skill. And that is basically it. All it does is add a simple bit of extra functionality in to make it more standard with the other tabs. So if I were to roll a weird science bolt now, you can see it's rolling the d8. And that's basically how this extension works. I hope you found this useful, and I hope to do another video soon. Until then, thank you very much and goodbye.